Okay, we're going to call this meeting to order. Roll call. We have Mr. John Convertito, Ms. Donna Carnell, Mr. Philip Dwyer, Mrs. Jessica Gerber, Mr. Paul Fadabine, Mrs. Jennifer Maxon-Canelli, and Mr. Mark Patton. I think Mrs. Lou McCormick is not joining us, and I'm not sure about Mr. Llewellyn.
I think he's planning on it, just stuck on the train.
Oh, okay. Great. So we'll just start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we have one business item, the approval of the collective bargaining agreement between the Fairfield School Administrators Association and the Fairfield Board of Education. So we have a recommended motion that the Board of Education hereby moves into executive session to discuss records, reports, and statements of strategy or negotiations with respect to collective bargaining in accordance with Connecticut General Statute CGS 1-210B9 and invite Mrs. Leffert, Mr. Houston, Mr. Cedar, Ms. Crum, Mr. Becker, Mr. Lindgren, Mr. Fiedler. I believe that is it.
Why don't we stay here?
Well, we're going to stay
We are
here.
staying
They're going to. The couple of extras are going to leave. Yeah. So that's a recommended motion. Do I have Mrs. Maxon-Canelli, second by Ms. Cornell, and we will now vote. All in favor? It is unanimous, 7-0. So we are now going to go into executive session. I'm going to turn off the tape, and we'll let you know when we're done. Okay, we are back in public session, and we have the recommended motion is that the Board of Education approve the collective bargaining agreement between the Fairfield School Administrators Association and the Fairfield Board of Education for the period July 1st, 2015 to June 30th, 2018. Do I have a motion? Mrs. Maxon-Canelli, seconded by Mr. Convertito. Okay. All right, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, that's Mr. Convertito, Ms. Carnell, Mr. Dwyer, Mrs. Gerber, Mrs. Maxon-Canelli, and Mr. Patton. All opposed? Mr. Fadabine and Mr. Llewellyn. The motion passes 6-2. Okay, the last item is adjournment. Recommended motion that the special meeting of the Board of Education adjourn. Moved by Mr. Dwyer, second by Ms. Carnell. All in favor? Everyone hands up? Yes. Okay, 8-0. We are now adjourned.